No more standing still, no more going back. Oh, your love is moving me. I came alive when you found me. I'll never be the same. Oh, I shout it out to everyone around me. I am forever changed. Your love is moving me, yeah. Moving me, your hand reach out to me. Only by grace I'm free. Your love makes me new. I am forever yours. No more standing still, no more going back. Oh, your love is moving me. I came alive when you found me. I'll never be the same. Oh, I shout it out to everyone around me. I am forever changed. Your love is moving me, yeah. Moving me, I came alive when you found me. I came alive when you found me. I came alive when you found me. I came alive Your love is moving me. 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 Your love is moving. I came alive when you found me. I came alive when you found me. I came alive when you found me. I came alive when you found me.
Oh, that's crooked. There we go. Hey, welcome to the Story Lab. This week we're talking about joy while we take a look in the Psalms to find out how to see the world just a little bit different. Hey, I'm Carter.
And I'm Zeke.
We're talking about joy, which is choosing to celebrate what God is doing.
So, what's with all this artwork?
Just bringing a little nature inside.
Well, I see a lot of nature here.
I love how artists can look at something boring and see something amazing.
Oh yeah? Like this one? It's just a big tree, but it's pretty unusual and really beautiful.
Hey, what about this one right here? This right here is mostly weeds, but it almost looks alive.
That'd be a great gift for my mom. You know, I kind of wish I could see this stuff this way. Like an artist.
Actually, I think everyone can see like an artist. And that's why I've invited someone to help us. Come on in, Joe. Hey!
Hey! Wow.
Guys, got a gallery going on in here.
Hey, we're so glad you can join us today.
Oh, it's so good to be here. You know, I love to help people discover their artistic sides.
That's right. You're going to help us create our own paintings today.
Wait. Paintings? I've never painted anything before.
Yeah, look, don't worry about it. I'll walk you through it. Y'all ready?
Let's do it!
I like to call this the Painted Sunset Tree Challenge.
Very specific. Okay.
Now, you're first gonna grab your big brush out of the water jar. You're gonna have a little bit of water on the brush to help smooth out the paint as we paint. Now, what we're gonna start with is our yellow. And we're gonna paint the bottom half going left to right, a big stripe on our canvas. All right?
The whole bottom half?
The whole bottom half.
Just go with it.
Something like this. Right now, it doesn't matter how neat it is, but you want to go all the way to the bottom. Make sure you get all the way to the edge.
Okay. Oh, yours looks good.
Thank you.
And next, we're going to grab the orange, do the same thing, and we're going to do about a 3 to 4 inch wide stripe just above the yellow. All right, so right here, leaving room above the orange stripe for the other stripes to go in. We'll have
Looks cool.
2 more. Now, it's important though, if you want, to go ahead and blend it real light. Do a light stroke across the yellow. Let it fade in. The lighter you touch the canvas, the better. The red color's next. We'll do the same thing with the orange. Remember, we've got 2 more colors to fill in above the top after this red. Great.
All right, so let me guess. Purple next?
Purple's next.
Yes.
Got it. And same as before. Do about the same size stripe above the red. All the way across. Leaving room for the blue to go above that. Looking great. One more time, let it lightly blend into the purple stripe below. Nice, very nice. Now for the moment, let's put away the big brush back into the water. And now we're gonna grab the medium-sized brush that's sort of a square. We're gonna grab our black paint. You're gonna make a line. It's about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch thick. It goes right down the middle. When we get almost to the bottom, again, about 1/4 way down.
That's a nice tree trunk. That's a nice tree trunk.
After you get your trunk painted, we're gonna do a little bit of a squiggly line.
Oh.
And take the rest of the black and fill in as best you can. If you want to grab the big brush again, it'd be a good time to do that. We're going to paint in the bottom section underneath this squiggly line. After you get the ground or your hill colored in, we're going to get our last brush, which should be a little thinner and more pointy. This is where your artistic side is going to take over.
You ready, Z?
We'll see.
You're going to create your own branches that come off of your tree trunk at the top. And however you feel that this tree wants to grow up into the space, put those branches on there as you see fit. And they get even thinner the further away from the tree that you go.
That looks amazing. What's wrong, Z?
Oh, I'm just not sure it looks right.
Hey, you got this, okay? Just be creative. Think about that big old giant tree in your backyard.
Right.
Feel free to add in little touches of leaves onto these branches. So little dots. You can use the black if you want, or experiment and try some of the other colors that are on your palette.
Joe, yours looks amazing.
Oh,
Oh, thank you very much.
wow.
Thank you. Wow. Oh yeah, I'm loving it. So you can do as much or as little as you want. You want to make this your own. These are just the basic steps to making this painted sunset tree challenge. Let's see how you guys did.
You ready?
Yeah, okay. 3,
2,
1. Oh, Carter, that's awesome.
Thank you. Look at yours. Yours looks amazing.
Wow, you guys did a great job, especially for your first time out. These look excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what, Joe? Thank you so much for coming here today and helping us out. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, my pleasure. Hey, I'll see you guys around.
All right, see you.
Just think about it. One tree, three completely different perspectives.
I'm gonna look at trees in a whole new way now.
Speaking of which, it's time for...
The story before the story.
Today, we're in the book of Psalms. Long before there were high-tech lyric and dance videos for worship, there were the Psalms.
For thousands of years, the Psalms were the main songbook of God's people, the Israelites.
The individual songs, or psalms, were composed over many years. About half of them were written by King David.
Some psalms are songs of praise or thanksgiving to God. Others share wisdom, and many are cries for help in a tough situation.
The Psalms speak truth about who we are, who God is, and the incredible world that God created.
Which is where our story starts.
Take it away.
Hey everyone, I'm Brian. We all have days and times when joy seems very far away and very hard to find. But sometimes the best way to discover joy is simply to open your eyes and look around. King David was really good at this. Long before David became king, he was just a shepherd boy. He spent many days and nights alone with only the sheep, and he had all the time in the world to look around him at God's amazing creation.
Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in the whole earth. You have set your glory in the heavens.
David was overwhelmed by the beauty of what God had created, from the tiniest beetle on a blade of grass to vast galaxies spanning the night sky.
I think about the heavens. I think about what your fingers have created. I think about the moon and stars that you have set in place.
David poured out his heart about these incredible things in songs called Psalms, and today we're taking a look at three of them: Psalms 8, 16, and 19.
The heavens tell about the glory of God. The skies show that his hands created them. Day after day, they speak about it. Night after night, they make it known. God has set up a tent in the heavens for the sun. The sun is like a great runner who takes delight in running a race.
David learned to find joy in all of God's creation around him, and you can do that too. Even if you live in a city instead of the wilderness. Maybe you've seen a flower growing out of a crack in the sidewalk, or smiled when you spotted a curious bird pecking at crumbs. One of the best ways to find joy around you is to just use your senses. They're an amazing gift from God. Maybe not every one of your 5 senses works great, but that doesn't have to stop you from finding joy. Let's start with the easy one. Sight. If you're feeling bored or sad or frustrated, step outside or look out the window. You might see blue sky that seems to go on forever, giant puffy clouds, a million green leaves, plucky dandelions poking through cracked pavement, funky-looking stones or gravel glittering with fool's gold. There's no end to the beautiful and fascinating things God made for us to enjoy. Now, let's move on from eyes to ears. You can find joy in what you hear, too. A restless breeze, the patter of raindrops, bird calls, or one of God's most incredible inventions, music. You can also find joy in what you smell. Though, let's be real, smells are not always delightful. No, I'm talking about those awesome scents that can change your mood in a heartbeat. Grandma's cinnamon rolls, the tangy smell of a Christmas tree, wood smoke on crisp fall air, salty sea spray at the ocean, fresh cut grass. Now, don't you wish this was smell-o-vision? Every single one of those scents and thousands more can bring you joy. And let's not forget our 4th sense, touch. A silky, wriggly puppy, sand squishing between your toes, a cozy, weighted blanket. And last but not least, taste. A perfectly juicy orange. Melt in your mouth chocolate. Cold, cold water on a hot day. God has given us countless ways to discover joy through our senses. But as David wrote, we can also find joy when we pay attention to the unique and wonderful people God made.
What are human beings that you think about them? What is a son of man that you take care of him? You have made them a little lower than the angels. You placed on them a crown of glory and honor. You made human beings rule over everything your hands created.
King David found joy and wonder in the people around him. He was just in awe of the way that God made us each unique and gave us the work of caring for all God made. So when you need a moment of joy, look at the people around you. Your baby sister's laughter. How the library lady smiles when she hands over your books. The way your teacher makes big gestures when he gets excited to help you learn something new. Like David, we can practice paying attention to the world around us, to all the amazing things and people that God created. And when we do that, we start to see that even though life isn't always easy, God is still at work.
I keep my eyes always on the Lord. So my heart is glad. Joy is on my tongue. You always show me the path of life. You will fill me with joy when I am with you.
When you look around and use your senses to explore everything God created, you'll discover there's always joy to be found. The end.
I want to get out there and go for a hike right now.
Or sit on the porch with some ice-cold sweet tea and watch the birds.
I thought bird watching was for old people.
Well, I'm reclaiming it for our generation.
Hey, I'm down with birds.
So, what's our part in the story?
No matter what else is happening in your life, there is always joy to be found, just by looking around and really paying attention.
Using your 5 senses.
But that's one way.
One of my teachers had us do this thing if we were worried or stressed. She had us take a deep breath and look around and name 5 things that we could see, 4 things that we could hear, 3 things that we could smell, 2 things that we could touch, and 1 thing that we could taste.
That's really awesome.
If you're feeling stuck, you can always take a look at one of the Psalms, too, as a reminder that God can work good in any situation.
Yeah, what was it? You will fill me with joy when I am with you.
When we follow Jesus, God sends the Holy Spirit to guide us. Joy is a gift from the Spirit.
And paying attention to what's around you is a great way to receive that gift.
I think you got it. Is that chocolate chip cookies? See you next time.
So, here's the thing. Find joy in what you see around you.
Well, I'm ready to see the great outdoors. You up for a spot of bird watching?
You know, I think I am. Thanks for joining us in the Story Lab. See you next time.
All right, you ready? Whoa! Why are you so small? Come back.
You know that's the wrong side?
Oh, hark. Do I hear the dulcet tones of a tropical boo-boo?
A what?
It's a real bird. Look it up.
Maybe you can paint it. A tropical boo-boo. I've never heard that before.
It's a real bird.
I hope you are ready to party, because we are chlorophylled with sick beats. Isn't that right, Party P?
That's right.
You forgot your accent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah!
Hello and welcome.
I'm John.
I'm Brandon.
And you're watching
The So-and-So Show.
You know, I guess they don't technically have to be watching. You know, they could just, come into the room. But does that really count?
What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm saying, do you have to be watching the show with your eyes to say you're watching the show?
What? Yes. Why? What are you talking
Okay. Let's say your mom is folding laundry, but she also has The Astonishing Race on TV. Now, she never looks up from the laundry and even leaves the room every now and then. So is she watching? I say no, so it's okay for me to change the channel.
Okay, but I bet your mom would say yes, and you should leave the channel where it is. Just because your mom's eyes may not be taking in the show doesn't mean she isn't observing the show with her ears.
Well said.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, thanks for watching, listening to, or in general, observing the So-and-So Show. I'm glad we cleared.
I am too. This week we are talking about seeing or observing joy all around us. So I thought we could hear from someone who's good at taking in those observations and turning them into something joyful and memorable. Please welcome someone who knows stuff.
Hey!
Hey! Come on in, have a seat.
Right there, buddy.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, welcome.
Welcome to the show. Why don't you tell us who you are and what you know?
My name is Quinn Kurt. I am a commercial jingle writer and owner of Quintessential Music, LLC.
So you write those awesome little songs that are in commercials that you can't seem to get out of your head no matter how hard you try and keep you awake at night because of their mind-numbing catchiness and overall haunting qualities leading to insomnia and sometimes irrational thoughts?
Yes.
That's cool.
So we know that you are really good at what you do and that your jingles can help people find joy in everyday objects.
Thank you. I try.
Okay, good. So I thought that it might be fun if we picked some stuff from around here, stuff that surrounds us every day, and see if you can find the joy in that.
Oh, well, I can sure give it a go.
Okay, I'm gonna look for something first, okay? Here you go.
Is that your lunchbox?
Yep, can't get more every day than that.
Okay. Whoa!
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. That's my tuna fish and Lundberger cheese sandwich. It's a little strong.
A little?
I think I have an idea.
What?
You seem so simple and so plain, yet every child knows your name. What's inside no one can tell, and even though you sometimes smell, everyone will stand and yell because you're awesome!
Oh,
wow.
You know what? My lunchbox is awesome. And it's not your fault I put a stinky sandwich in you. It's not your fault. I love you. Lunchbox, I love you.
All right, let's move on. How about
He's bringing it.
this?
I like it. A flat basketball jingle. I like it.
Okay, I think I have it.
What? That was fast.
You're round, you're rubber, you're quite orange, you bounce, you dribble, you're lots of fun. And if you're flat, no problem, because you're awesome!
Whoa! What?
And that was awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay. Hey, try this one. I got one. Here we go. Oh, woo! Try to find joy in this.
That was easy. You're smelly, you're green, you're never clean. You look just like a giant bean. You make John's mother yell and scream because you're awesome!
How do you do that?
I don't know. I just think that the world is an amazing place. Anyone can see the joy in things if they really look for it.
That's cool. Hey, let me try. Can I try it? Okay. Are you sure? Yeah, let me look around for something new.
What?
Aha, look at this guy. Yes,
Oh, yeah.
this is perfect. Okay. Play me in, Quinn. Ready? Do it again.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's it.
You're yellow with wings. You sometimes like to sing. Because you're awesome!
It's Bible story time with Kellen!
Man, Quinn sure seemed to get what we were talking about this month.
Because
He's awesome. We get it. You got a story for us today, Kellen?
Why don't you ever tell me a story?
I mean,
I'm kidding. Of course I have a story. It's what I do. Today's Bible story is from the book of Psalms. Actually, Psalms is another word for songs. So we're going to look at 3 different songs today, all written by David. And you might remember David, who defeated a giant and then became king. That David was also a really good psalm writer. And speaking of songwriters, I'm apparently being interrupted.
You thought you could sneak one over on us, didn't you, Kellen? You're doing a show about songs, and you're trying to leave me, Melv Solomon, and my brother-in-law Greg off the show? Greg is torn up about it. Just look at his face. It's just pitiful.
I was not trying to leave you off the show. I'm actually really glad you're here. I think your thoughts as musicians will be very helpful.
Oh, all right. See, you made Greg happy. And while you're looking cheerful again, Greg, why don't you tickle those ivories? Hit it. Glad you came, glad you're here. I know it's getting late, but never fear. We'll give a blow-by-blow of the Bible story on the Melv Solomon Story Recap. Thank you. You just do your thing, Kellen, and Greg and I will add some sporadic but much-needed musical support and insight.
I wear contact lenses.
That's great, Greg. Back to you.
Right. So before David was king, he was a shepherd, and he would look around at God's creation and be amazed. So David wrote this psalm trying to put that amazement into words. Lord, our Lord, how majestic is your name in the whole earth. You have set your glory in the heavens. I think about the heavens. I think about what your fingers have created. I think about the moon and stars that you have set in place. Just imagine David out on the field at night, looking up into the sky at the stars and the moon. Have you ever done that?
Oh, we have got the perfect song for that one, don't we, Greg? Greg!
Yeah, it's the jumping cow.
You stayed up too late watching the moon again, Greg.
Yeah, I did.
Play the song.
Okay.
That's the one. Moonbeams, nothing more than moonbeams. Give me those moonbeams shining down on me. Sun rays, no one needs those sun rays. Put on that SPF 100 so you won't be a French fry. Back to you, Kellen.
Yes, David was blown away by the beauty of God's creation around him. Sometimes we can find joy just by looking up. Here's another psalm. David wrote, "The heavens tell about the glory of God. The skies show that his hands created them. Day after day, they speak about it. Night after night, they make it known. The sun is like a great runner who takes delight in running a race. It rises at one end of the heavens. Then it moves across to the other end. Everything enjoys its warmth." So it wasn't just the moon and the stars. David found joy in God's creation in the daytime as well.
Oh boy, do I get that. I got a song that reminds me of how the sun rises every morning. Hey, do you remember when we used to sleep outside in tents, Greg, back on our first tour? Greg!
It's Tour de France.
It's the wrong tour, Greg. Play the song I'm thinking of.
Oh.
Now you've got it. Intense again, intense. We camped again, intense. I couldn't sleep at all last night. The stars were bright. It was quite a sight. Intense again, intense. The smell is so intense. I think there's a cow outside our tent. Back to you, Kellen.
Yes. Seeing, hearing, and even smelling the world around us are incredible ways to find joy in God's creation. But check this out. Let's go back to Psalm 8. David wrote this to God. What are human beings that you think about them? What is a son of man that you take care of him? You have made them a little lower than the angels. You placed on them a crown of glory and honor. You made human beings rule over everything your hands created. David also found joy in the people God created.
We know a thing or two about people, don't we, Greg? Greg!
I'm awake.
Oh, so you are. Play the song.
Okay.
People are great when they're not being mean. People are groovy, so when they've had too much caffeine. There's always someone out there to lend a helping hand. Unless you're by yourself, then I guess you're stranded. You see, we know people. Back to you.
Okay, one last psalm. David wrote, I keep my eyes always on the Lord. He is at my right hand, so I will always be secure. So my heart is glad. Joy is on my tongue. You always show me the path of life. You will fill me with joy when I am with you. The joy that comes from God is all around us, even inside us. Sometimes we have to look for it a little harder, but even in tough times, we know that God is with us.
This calls for a wrap-up. Craig!
Boom, chick, boom, boom, chick, boom, boom, chick, boom.
Not that kind of wrap-up.
Oh.
That's it. Sing along, Gregory. I could look up at the sun and I'd find you. Joy. I could glance at crowds of people and I'd find you. Joy. I could contemplate the universe and all that God has made, and I'd find you. Joy. Just beautiful, Greg. Just beautiful. The whispering was a little weird, but I liked it.
I liked it as well.
Thank you.
And it definitely brought me some joy. Thanks, guys.
Anytime. Hey, just give our agent a call.
I don't have an agent.
I know, Greg. I know.
No matter what else is going on in our lives, there's always joy to be found.
Just like Quinn and his commercial jingles.
Oh, and David with his psalm jingle.
Yep, we should remember that God can be found all over the place. And when God is there, you can find joy there as well.
I think it's always good to have the reminder that God is with us no matter what. Hey, thanks.
No problem. Until next time. See you later.
I don't know about you, but I feel more joyful already.
Yeah, and I feel like singing.
Reveal the question. When is it hard to find joy?
Yeah, it's hard for me to find joy when I've made a mistake.
Or when I know that I've hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah, it can be really hard to find joy when you lose someone, whether they move away or pass away.
Mm-hmm. I also think that when you forget that God is with you, things can become overwhelming and joy can be hard to find.
Yeah, that happens to all of us. But that's just the thing. God is always with us and joy is all around us too, if we look for it.
Yeah, talk about it together. When is it hard to find joy?
And we'll see you next time for a brand new show.
Bye, everyone. Okay, now you can sing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's
Reveal
hard.
the question. I want to do this puzzle cube here.
Okay.
Pitch in.
Pitch it. All right, here we go.
Wow.
You're red and yellow and green and blue. You're hard to solve, that part is true. But if I'm stuck and losing, cool, I'll switch your stickers. I'm not a fool because you're awesome! You're awesome. Beautiful, isn't it?
You're obviously not a real product. We cut out a picture and put it on it. Look at it shake its head saying yes, because it knows that John is the best, because you're awesome!